Hello, everyone, and welcome back to today's Purple Sector podcast, where we're going to be talking about the Imola GP and why it was cancelled. And before we do begin this, we just want to say that our hearts are with everyone who has all the people who have died. I think the count of people who have passed away is past 10. I think it's 12 now, and our hearts are with their family and friends, and we wish them all the best. And also for the thousands of people who have, their home, they've been evacuated, their homes have been destroyed. We do wish the best for all of them.
Yeah. So as of I think Saturday or Friday, it was about 8 people, and approximately 5,000 people were evacuated. So it's quite a few big numbers. So it's not something small.
Yeah, I think that there was really no other option that the F1 could have taken. I think they had to cancel it. Like when you look at the pictures, there was no way that it could have gone ahead. It was really really bad. And yeah, for the whole city of Imola, we feel bad.
City of Imola.
City of Imola. It's called Imola.
There's no city called Imola.
Yes,
Imola is a track.
No, I'm sure. I googled it.
The
Right?
region.
What?
The region is Emilia Romagna. There's no city. Do you want to Google it? There's no city.
No. It's fine.
There's no city of Imola. This region of Emilia Romagna has lots of
No, I'm
towns
sure
and
there's
stuff.
something called this. I googled it about the rain and everything, and see, Imola's a city in Imola's a city.
No, whatever.
Imoli is a city in
1 minute.
Imola is a city in Italy.
Emilia Romagna is actually the region.
But it says that Imola.
Okay, whatever.
Okay, alright, sorry, we're just
Yes.
returning.
So
back
Imola is a city, and it's in the region of Emilia Romagna. And I had a certain lapse in memory there.
Okay, anyways, continuing on. Sorry about that.
If you have been living under a rock, like some people do, because they sleep and hibernate until Friday, which is what we wish we could do, and wake up at free practice 1, this is the lowdown on what's happened. So basically, on Monday, we tweeted about the ominous weather report.
Yeah, it was looking quite bad.
Rain all throughout the week. And then on Thursday or Friday,
the race getting cancelled. I'm sure that was on Thursday.
Yeah. So during the week, like Tuesday to Wednesday, there was torrential rain, like 200 to 500 milliliters of it. Millimeters of it, sorry. And that's a lot. And so it flooded the full track. The full region was flooded. The region of Emilia Romagna.
It was really devastating. Everything that's happened, and it's really encouraging and nice to see that all the support that F1 has given for the region of Emilia Romagna.
Yes. Also, big shout out to Yuki Tsunoda, because he lives there.
Yeah.
Obviously, he lives in Faenza, which is
and
just 20 minutes down the road.
AlphaTauri base is there, isn't it?
Just 20 minutes down the road. So he lives there, and he was giving a helping hand, which was nice of him. Also, Nick De Vries, he posted about how he was trying to drive to AlphaTauri, or he was trying to drive somewhere.
Oh, he got stranded.
He got stranded, and he had to go to the McLaren hotel. It was quite funny, but obviously very
sad. Everything has happened, but also going through all the things that F1 has done, I think they've donated €1 million or something like that.
As have Ferrari.
Yeah. So Ferrari, Italian, they've done. F1 are doing their utmost best. And also, just to note, F1 have said that they're looking for replacement options for the Imola GP, but it's not really looking likely right now.
It's a very crowded schedule.
And I just realized this year, 2023, was supposed to be the groundbreaking 24 races in the season, right?
We lost a race before the season even kicked off.
We've lost one now. Of course, the circumstances, they're very different. And we're not complaining too much, because we do understand everything that's happened, and that this, it had to happen, it had to be cancelled.
It's quite sad for the people, who flew over here. Like, they've had to come. There was floods. They're not going to get their Grand Prix that they came. They paid crazy amounts of money to go to.
But I think what Imola have said is that they can either get a refund, they can get their money back, or they can carry their tickets over to 2024.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they've said that.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, of course, they probably lost quite a lot of money after this.
Yeah, and obviously, if you've already, you're not going to get a refund for the flight.
Yeah, there's a lot of money lost.
And I doubt that Imola, I doubt they'll have insurance on extreme weather conditions. And even if they do,
These were
if they
really
yeah,
bad.
and if they don't, it could take quite a lot of money away from a track that isn't very, rich in the first place. It's not like somewhere like, somewhere in the Middle East where they just give give out $100 bills like it's sweeties.
Oh, that's funny. But yeah, so the decision came after the weather warning was issued for the region on Tuesday and Wednesday, and the Red Bull's AlphaTauri team, they're based in nearby Faenza, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah. So they said in a statement they were very concerned about events unfolding, um, about in the whole Emilia Romagna area with flooding and heavy rain causing considerable damage, and you could see the support from everyone. Like Mercedes, they gave out they did a tweet, didn't it, with Lewis and George, showing their support, and I think all the teams they've shown their support, and they understand. I think everyone understands what's happened, why it was the right decision to cancel it.
I'll just read out a tweet from Yuki Tsunoda. So this is, I think, May 17th. So that should be about Thursday.
4 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Thursday.
Thursday. And he writes, so obviously he lives there, and he says, after a horrible night, the town is heavily impacted. Dust, mud, and the smell of gasoline everywhere. Currently, people are struggling to find food and especially places to stay after many have been evacuated from their own homes. Please, anything you can do to help is appreciated. And it shows just how bad everything is over there.
And yeah, of course, if you don't want to contribute yourself, there is I'm pretty sure there's you can donate to the emergency flood relief fund. There's fundraising. We'll put the link in the description if you want to go check it out and you want to donate some money. Of course, I think everything would be appreciated from them.
Yeah, so Formula One have donated £1 million, €1 million, I think it is. So have Ferrari, because their headquarters is in Maranello, which is about 50 miles. They haven't been affected, because so they in the opposite direction of Faenza. So Faenza's one way to Imola, and then Maranello's 50 miles down the road. So they haven't
Yeah.
been affected as badly, but they have given a lot, because obviously the track's named after their founder. It's called Enzo Edino Ferrari. That's the name of it.
Yeah. So just moving on now. What we're just going to discuss what kind of impact this has from a sporting point of view. From what kind of impact does this have on the World Championship? So
It means that there's no Red Bull at one. It means that there's no Red Bull 1-2.
yeah, it does. Yeah, it
Does that mean that when Red Bull do win every single race this year, does it mean that they have won every single
Yeah,
race
it does.
this year?
Yeah, it does because there's been 22 races this year now. It's probably going to be.
I don't think it counts.
No, you're a Red Bull fan. Yeah, of course. Sorry, of course it counts, right? So yeah, it does. It'll probably go down to 22 races. But what I think one thing is, I think that Sergio Perez, I think he probably benefits from this more than Max Verstappen does. I mean, we know how Checo works. He's a real street specialist, and also I think I even read an article saying that this is more Verstappen's kind of pace. This is more
Yeah.
Verstappen's this is his preferred track. So I think that this race being cancelled probably benefits Perez more in terms of the championship than it does for Max.
Yeah. So Maranello is northwest, 50 miles northwest of Imola, whilst Faenza is the other way. So, do you think that there could be a Grand Prix at a later date? Because the space, Formula One did say that it's unlikely, but there is space. There's the crazily long summer break.
Unfortunately, long summer break.
Unfortunately, yes. And then there's a few other breaks that I think everybody would be happy to fill. What do you think?
But I think I don't think it's gonna happen. Like, China. They said that China, they were looking for replacements for that, but I think it was just too late notice for them to do it. I mean, there were so many different tracks that could have been put on, but yeah, I think it was too late notice, and I think that this is probably the notice for this for a different track is too late. For something like Portimao or something like that, and I think it'd probably just be easier to scrap it. I think that it's just gonna have to be 22 races this year. Probably the way we're gonna go. I don't think that Imola is gonna be coming back.
Yeah, also
this
because
season either.
Because like of the damage that's been done to buildings, to infrastructure, to the track itself, I don't think a couple of months could go by and they could have, fixed the full thing. And I don't think that, Formula One race is the biggest thing that they're concerned about right now. I think it's how they rebuild, how they build back up, because it's been quite badly damaged. Also, just a point, the FIA have been helping out a lot, because obviously the Stefano Dominichelli, he lived in Emilia Romagna, he was brought up there, so obviously he
I
has
think for a lot of drivers on the grid and personnel, people around Formula One, because Italy's such a big thing in F1, it's really impacted a lot of people.
Formula One is Ferrari, and Ferrari is Formula One.
Yeah, that's when did they said that. Yeah, that was quite a famous quote. But yeah, Ferrari, Alpha Tauri, Stefano Dominichelli, all of these people, they're quite close to Emilia Romagna. They're quite close to the place itself and Italy. And yeah, of course, this would have been quite a hard blow for all of them.
Yeah.
So we do feel, our hearts go out to them as well.
Obviously, no matter what the fans think, there are obviously a few fans who are like, well, we want our Formula One race, but it just can't happen.
It's not possible. Yeah.
Life's come before Formula One, and that's true, and that will always stay true, I think, because yeah.
But yeah, I think should we just wrap up now for what's been a very sad and unfortunate thing. I think right.
Podcast,
Yeah, not podcast, but it's been quite an unfortunate sad week.
One thing. Seeing as the Imola Grand Prix, as we've talked about, isn't going to happen, what is your crazy prediction? And remember that it can't be wrong because it's not going to go ahead. So what is your one crazy prediction? It can be anything. You can say that Kevin Magnussen comes from 20th to 1st. It can be anything. What's your crazy prediction?
So yeah, it's been a pretty sad week, but now...
What's your crazy prediction?
My crazy prediction for the Imola GP was the race of the decade. It replaced Canada 2011, was it? Jenson Button won. That was branded as race of the decade.
Who wins?
Or was it race of the century? Not sure. But this one replaces it. It's the best race of all time.
Who wins?
Since the 2000s. It was a wet to dry race. It was a wet race. Verstappen was on pole. Sergio Perez was second. Verstappen and Perez crash out first corner. They have a humongous fight back in the pit and punches and everything being thrown. And then you know what happens after that? So then it becomes dry again, right? Yeah, it becomes dry. And then Kevin Magnussen, he crashes into Nico Hulkenberg. We have another one of those moments, if you know what I mean. And then
who wins? I think the Mercedes fanboy is going to come out here.
We have one of those moments, inter-team real fights, and then Mercedes, two drivers, they crash out together, right?
Hell, what? I thought you were a Mercedes fanboy.
Yeah, I know, but I want something crazy. Inter-team battles. Russell and Hamilton have a huge fight. Gasly and Ocon, they've not had a very...
Are you trying to destroy the relationships of these Formula One drivers?
And then you know what happens? Logan Sargent comes through the field to win the race alongside Nick De Vries in second. Yeah.
Well, it can't be proved wrong and it can't be proved right. So it could have happened. It might not. So yeah, my crazy prediction is It was my crazy prediction was actually that Logan Sargent came from 20th to win, and Verstappen, Perez, Leclerc, Sainz, and Hamilton all have a major pile up in the first corner,
What?
and everybody's stuck.
I'm saying what, but mine was probably craziest.
Yes.
Or yeah.
And everybody's stuck behind them, but Logan Sargent finds a space and manages to go through, and he
Yeah.
takes the lead. And then the red flag it, and Logan Sargent is in the first position, and he comes home and wins the Imola Grand Prix. That's my prediction.
Emilia Romagna Grand Prix,
Same thing.
region of Emilia
No,
Romagna.
no, no. The track's Imola.
I think you're changing. You
It's,
know what? You know what? It's been a pretty sad week. We were supposed to have Imola GP, but of course, circumstances can't happen. But yeah, today's Sunday. Let's wrap up on this week and let's move ahead to the Monaco. Oh god, it's Monaco next. Oh god. Oh, we're just gonna have another snooze fest.
It doesn't matter because we're going to be giving our race predictions.
Yep.
We're going to be
be there for everything.
Everything. You can even watch our race watch along.
Right, we're gonna have races, episodes on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all coming to you. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time for the Monaco GP.
Bye.
Well, actually, one thing I just want to say, just final thing, there is an episode coming out Wednesday evening where we're gonna be doing a track tier. We're gonna be putting all the tracks in a tier list. That's right. So all 23, probably 22. Yeah, 22 now. Tracks we're going to be putting for the 2023 season. We're going to be putting them in a tier list. That episode will be out Wednesday. Make sure you're there for that one. But until then, bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Monaco's a snooze fest.